So tonight we have a special guest, but we're going to introduce ourselves here before we go too much further. We have on the far end here, working on
Mike.
this, Josh.
I'm Mike from Northern Knives and 3DK. I've been in a couple of these videos, so I imagine people know who I am at this
Unless
point.
nobody's actually bothered to watch it.
Yeah.
So pretty much nobody knows who I am, so I'm Mike from 3DK.
I'm Dakota. I'm their web admin, and I do various other online tasks. I'm the cancer on social media for this group.
And I'm Lori. I'm also an owner of Northern Knives.
And 3DK.
And 3DK.
Yep. Working on some things.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And stuff and
She has things in the hopper.
Secret things and stuff.
Coming this April.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And joining us this evening to go over and wax poetically on his specialty, we have...
My name's Jason, and I am a sous chef here in Anchorage, and
At a very prestigious steakhouse.
very prestigious steakhouse
Not very
within
far
the community.
down the road.
Not prestigious, but prestigious.
Yes, prestigious.
With steak knives that go.
Prestigious.
A fantastic place.
So, what I want to talk about here real quick is the difference between a German and a Japanese steel. German steel, such as what I'm using now, is a Wüsthof. I'm using the Wüsthof Santoku, which is the 8-inch.
Yeah, 7-inch
Seven inch.
Santoku, and that's the classic Icon line.
Okay.
Which has the redesigned Western handle with heavy weight in the back
Right.
end. Yeah.
So,
Says the man who owns the knife shop.
Well, I mean, he knows it too.
It's just the balance of it.
yeah.
Versus
So
the
the balance of the Wüsthof, it used to be there's a lot of weight in the front, and I used to have a Wüsthof myself, or still do, and the weight of the knife caused issues with my wrist after using it for so many years. And so now that they have these newer classics, the weight is balancing itself out, so it's taking less strain off your wrist, and therefore you're no longer creating issues with your hands. My hands will lock up, and that's an issue with me. So the lighter the knife, the better.
Well, I know my uncle who runs an unnamed restaurant here in town. He has severe carpal tunnel from just using cheap Dexter and Victorinox knives his entire career.
Dexter and Victorinox knives have their place.
Yes.
No,
They do.
They definitely do. If you need mass-produced or higher quality than what you'd buy at Fred Meyer's, they're definitely there for you.
Well, you say Fred Meyer, but most people that are watching this probably don't know what Fred Meyer. Oh, I
Maybe
guess
big
they'd be
box
Alaskan,
store.
but
Kroger.
me being originally from the lower 48, I have no idea what Fred Meyer
Kroger?
was.
Maybe Kroger?
Well, it's
That'd be-
Kroger is.
That'd be West Coast.
I always knew it as Fry's.
Well, I've known
Kroger's
of
gonna
this
be a West
place
Coast
for
thing.
quite some time. Maybe you can translate this into lower 48. Wally World?
You want Oneida's? Is that what you're looking for? You want some Oneida's?
Wally World? Yeah, Walmart.
Walmart sells Oneida's. Oneida's is.
They also sell. They sell Cutler Co. They sell Chicago knives. No, they do.
No,
they do.
you can't. Cutco knives are
They're
not
only
allowed to be
sold
sold
by
in
reps.
stores. They have to be sold person to person, like Tupperware.
Okay.
You have to have a Cutco
And
party.
Kirby, vacuum
Maybe
cleaners.
it's
Kirby vacuum
Chicago Cutlery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chicago.
they have
I mean,
Chicago
they're a staple. They've been
Farberware.
around for God knows how long.
They do
Farberware.
have that as well.
Yeah, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, and there is a big difference because when you get those knives, they're not very sharp to begin with.
We can fix that.
Yes, you can fix that as well.
Only for so long.
And like Mike said, there is good use with Dexter and those knives, especially within the commercial kitchen, because if I'm going to have my own restaurant in the future at some day and age, I am not going to house knives of Wüsthof to my
$170
employees.
Well, I mean, to be fair, these alloys and these materials cost more at a base cost to make.
Yeah.
Correct.
And Dexter and Victorinox make knives at a certain cost.
Yeah.
And their margin isn't very big.
Well,
so
and
it's honest.
And it's not only the materials you buy, but think about this. The harder the steel you buy, the more it puts wear and tear on your machinery and all the consumables that it takes to make that knife. And so that's where it comes from, where the knives that we make here in house is some of them we have to increase the price when we increase the quality of the steel. And it's not always the price of the steel that does that. What it is it's the consumables. It's all the belts and all the wear and tear on the machinery and all the damage we do to our shop as we make them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's a lot what you're getting with these higher end knives, and the steel does make a difference.
Yeah, and so while Dexter's has its place in the commercial kitchen or even at home, or any of those brands like that, these knives are going to last a lot longer. They're going to hold the edge a lot better, and eventually, in the end, you're going to want to maybe upgrade eventually as you progress through the kitchen and start cutting things more and going through your business of preparing food for yourself and for parties, your family, whatever. The more passionate you become about food and cooking, the more passionate you become about the proper knives to use.
Oh yeah.
So what we're going to talk about real quick is the difference between German steel and Japanese steel. So German steel, with the Wüsthof as an example, it has a more durable blade. There's going to be less nicks. There's going to be less issues in general when it comes to the durability and the longevity of the knife itself. This will hold an edge a lot longer than it would, let's say, a Japanese steel, but it's also going to have the issue of not being as sharp.
Well, it would hold a durable edge, but not that fine-tuned
Right.
edge like the Japanese.
Yeah, it won't have a
Yeah,
fine-tuned
yeah,
edge.
yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
It's still going to be very sharp, and it's still going to be a lot better than anything you're going to get from Walmart, Target, whatever they sell. So
Bed Bath & Beyond.
yeah, anything like that.
BB&B.
Or,
Is there anybody else we could possibly mention that'll sue us?
I know Best Buy sells kitchen knives now.
Kmart,
Let's see
we don't
here.
have Kmart anymore.
Kmart, we have.
Yeah, Kmart.
Kmart.
Sears.
I don't think
Sears?
Kmart has the money to sue us.
Can we mention Sears?
Sears doesn't have the money to sue us either.
Well, Sears went bankrupt, so.
Yeah.
Target.
Yeah, they said Target.
Well, I mean,
Target
but,
does carry the baseline of Wüsthof.
Do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I haven't
but
seen that.
we also say this too is that you can go and you can go to one of these places that we've mentioned, and you can get a 20-piece block set for
$100.
$100, and that's fine. But what we sell here, when we sell blocks and we sell high-end knives, you don't need 20 knives. If I'm going to be frank, what I have in my block at home, I have 6 knives, and I have 6 very high-quality knives, and I don't need more. And I have 9 slots in my block, and I resist the edge to resist the urge to fill my block.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Use what you need to use, and if you find, and over the course of the next year, 6 months, year or so,
Depends
you
on how
find
often
you
you
need
use
something
them.
else. Yeah, exactly. If you find you need something else, then go get it. These knives are, they call them heirloom knives for a reason. You don't ever, you buy these knives once,
You take care of them. You shouldn't
and you
have to
take care of
replace
them, yeah, and you don't have to replace
Yeah,
them.
well, I mean, also the difference between German versus Japanese is if you're going to be really hard on your knives and you're going to use an improper cutting board, you're going to do horrible
You're
things
not
like
going to use wood.
open cans with them, which we learned earlier that you can do with knives. If
This
you're
is
going
the
to do that,
guy who dishwashes, uses his countertop, uses glass and ceramic
Yes.
as a cutting
Yeah,
board.
you know
Yeah.
what? We really like you because you're going to come back and have to buy new knives all the fucking time.